everybody, welcome back. We are on episode 10 of 12. We're almost there, Nick.
That's right, we're starting to get down to championship night. It's getting a little bit closer.
It's actually a little crazy. Side note, that's new.
Yeah. We change stuff all the time to see if we can test you guys. Like that time we got a cat.
A surprise!
Haha!
Anywho, tonight we will fill out the rest of the quarterfinals.
That's right, it should be a fun night here. We've got Son of Whyachi ready for another tough test in his campaign. Then we also got the likes of Killer B, Nightmare, Huge. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who goes through to the quarterfinals today.
Right, it's exciting. So we're heading straight into that with Killer B versus Whyachi. As far as the Dark Horse title is concerned, I think we have our winner in Killer B.
Who would have thought a wedge bot would be this far in a cup tournament? But Killer B has taken advantage of some iffy opponents and he's defied the odds a little bit. And quite frankly, this is a matchup where he can do it all again. Whyachi proved that he doesn't like brute force, he doesn't like heavy, boxy opponents, so this could be Killer B's opportunity for a major cup set.
In Whyachi's last match, we saw him struggle against brute force. Can Killer B last longer than Black Ice did?
I think so, because I think he's going to have a little bit of a better time getting under Whyachi and bothering Whyachi, whereas Black Ice would, for some of the moments, just kind of run into him, and Whyachi would chip away with the drum. So it's definitely a winnable fight for Killer B, but he has to be careful and make sure that he doesn't get flipped by Yeti's drum. Because if he gets flipped, Yeti's done. He's got him. That's it.
Yeah, well, let's go watch. Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, weapons are overrated, says this bot. You're about to get humiliated by a damn wedge. Just wait and see, it's Killer B! In the blue square, who needs tactics when you have brute force? Who's gonna win? Him, of course! It's Whyachi!
Before we get started, here's a quick explanation of the rules. The rules for this competition are simple. Bots have 3 minutes to destroy or immobilize their opponent. If both bots are still active when the clock expires, the result will go to a panel of 3 judges that will score the fight on a 45-point system. 4 points for damage, 5 for aggression, and 6 for control and strategy. During the scoring process, judges are encouraged to show leniency to bots with non-damaging weapons. Furthermore, pins cannot last longer than 11 seconds, and Havoc glitches that flip a non-invertible bot will be restarted unless the fight has surpassed 2 minutes. With that being said, it's time to get the action started. Let the bot battle begin! Another tough test here for Whyachi. Let's see if he's able to handle the pressure. Killer B underneath early. Killer B underneath again. Oh, and then Whyachi goes over him like an RC car on a ramp.
So far, Killer B dominating this match. Will it continue?
Ooh, Whyachi getting a good chance there as he gets to the side of Killer B, but then Killer B is able to get the wedge in front. And then using his backside, he delivers Whyachi to the kill saws with a very nice maneuver. Whyachi the lighter machine, and it's showing as he just kind of keeps bouncing off of Killer B every time either bot tries to attack the other.
I feel like Whyachi has a harder time trying to get his strategy in, which is going around that front wedge.
Killer B doing a great job keeping it in front and just charging again. Whyachi doesn't have a lot of reach as well with his drum.
Yeah, I can't tell if at this point Yeti's doing any damage.
He's doing his best as he tries to chase Killer B down now. He's gotten a couple side shots, nothing major. And up and over the ramp he goes again, and now he's flipped over. This is not going well at all for Whyachi as we wondered it might. He's flipped over again. Killer B is putting in quite the shift here.
Whyachi really needs to rack up some damage, otherwise he's not going to be making it out of this match.
Oh yeah, he's falling behind on points really bad now. halfway through this match, so there's still time, but he's flipped again by Killer B. What a performance we're seeing from Killer B. He spins Yeti around again. And again he flips Yeti. He's unstoppable at the moment. Yeti on the backside there. Killer B realized he was exposed and drove away. It also seems like Killer B angles his wedge at times and attacks near the sides of the drum. Kind of where the front chassis is. He pops one side up and Yeti's out of control. Kind of like that.
I don't know if Yeti's front big wheels are giving him more a disadvantage here.
Yeah, he is angled upward, so it's creating a little bit more ground clearance. Normally it's not a problem, he just gets the drum in the face of his opponents, but he has not done a good job of that so far. Killer B is putting on a clinic, and another bounce from Yeti as he flops around the arena like a fish out of water. If Killer B can survive the distance, I think he's going to win this match, because he has put in a great performance. Yeti flipped again, spinning on the drum. Time is running out. Yeti needs to make a late play. 10 seconds left. And now Killer B running for his life. Is he close to elimination? I didn't notice any big hits. It's going to go the distance. One last shot from Killer B. That'll leave an impression on the judges. Well, this one has gone the distance, so first off, credit to Killer B. Now, as we look at the points and as we look at the highlights, I think he's done it.
I truly don't see any way that Yeti could come out of this the victor. He had some damage, but overall, he didn't have any control during this fight.
Now, Killer B did run away for a bit at the end. If there was damage built up we didn't notice, he seemed to think there was. Is that going to hurt his aggression points at all?
I don't know at this point. Like I said, it seemed that he had control the entirety of this match. Yeti kept flipping, kept trying to get stable again.
Well, they say don't let it go to the judges, but Killer B had to. Let's see if it was enough.
The results from the judges are in. And the winner by a 26-19 decision is Killer B!
Wow! Fantastic display from Killer B as he completes one of the all-time great cup sets.
Well, at the end of last week's episode, we saw the champ Tombstone get knocked out, and there goes a second former title winner now. Yeti is gone, and Killer B's in the quarterfinals.
It's insane, actually.
What a season. I told you, don't predict anything.
Well, let's see if this match will bring about very awkward results. We have Ringmaster versus a Nightmare. Yet another incredible storyline unfolding is that of the Ringmaster.
Yeah, the Ringmaster hasn't really given us reason to remember him, but all of a sudden in Season 5, the cards have fell right for him, and here he is, round of 16. Not many changes in this build either, so it's a real shock.
This will be Nightmare's third consecutive match against a horizontal spinner. How does the Ringmaster compare to the others?
Well, Bombshell had the exposed motor, which made it easier for Nightmare. Helichopper was a lot more powerful and had better defense, but was slow and hard to control. The Ringmaster, he's also very hard to control, and with the one tooth that's a lot weaker than, say, Helichopper's, this might not be a bad fight at all for Nightmare. If he can pop off one of those wheels, the Ringmaster struggles to move around.
Alright, well, let's go watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, this spot in the Sweet 16 is like a drunk guy getting home. He's not sure how he got there, but he's not asking too many questions. It's the Ringmaster! In the blue square. Wait, hold the phone. This spot's still here? Well, damn. I don't know what to say apart from, good job! Here is Nightmare!
Let the bot battle begin. Two bots that Doesn't matter if they get farther, they've done themselves proud. Nightmare on the attack and popping up Ringmaster and pinning him up to the wall with his weapon.
A little surprised there, but Nightmare's doing
Whoa,
decently.
boy! Ringmaster is now flipped! Nightmare causing him all sorts of problems. Smoke! It could be over in seconds! It's over in seconds! Nightmare's in the quarters! Well, not much to look at there. Nightmare with a quick, pain-free win for himself.
Yeah, when I think of Nightmare, I don't think of him getting along this far. But the fact that he knocked somebody out that fast, I guess can prove that he should be where he is.
What a performance from Nightmare. Make sure you're paying attention. Nightmare is in the quarterfinals of BattleBots Reborn Cup.
Unbelievable.
Well, we said before Killer Bee's fight that he might be the dark horse, but who do we pick now? Because now Nightmare is in the quarterfinals. He's not supposed to be here. not many of these bots are supposed to be here.
But they are. They've gotten here.
It's true.
As crazy as it is.
Unreal.
Third match for the night, we have MECHA Rampage versus Huge. Coming out of Section 4, which had multiple Season 4 quarterfinalists, comes the bots that beat them.
Yeah, between these two bots combined, there's been 3 quarterfinalists eliminated, with, of course, MECHA Rampage taking out Hypershock and Cobalt, and Huge taking out the Matadors. So, upset caliber here, and between these two awkward bots, someone's got to go now.
We've seen both of these awkward bots use that to their advantage. Now that they face each other, who is more susceptible to the other?
I'm looking at MECHA Rampage, and I'm seeing a not-so-large chassis that is going to be hard to avoid. He's going to have a hard time avoiding Huge's weapon. On the flip side, Huge, big exposed wheels. We've seen a horizontal spinner fail to deal with that in the last round, which was Mo. So I don't know how MECHA Rampage could fare any better. So I feel like Huge is in a better spot for this.
Well, let's see if Nick's right. Hopefully he's not, because I'm tired of him being right.
Rude.
Just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, this bot's so long, he doubles as a ruler. Let's measure your chances of victory. Oof, not that good. It's MECHA Rampage! In the blue square, this bot is like every neighbor, bragging about how everything they own is bigger. But bring your boys, cause he's coming for you. It's huge!
Let the bot battle begin. Whyachi Bot 1 versus Whyachi Bot 2. Huge running up and over MECHA Rampage in the first exchange.
Again, it seems like every other bot, MECHA Rampage is aiming for those wheels. I think Huge might be getting in some damage there, though.
Certainly causing problems when he goes over the top of his opponents like that.
Oh, one of the stabilizers are gone.
Well, that's a big problem that we have not seen Huge have to face. But those are very important to his stabilization, to his movement as well.
I think as long as he keeps the one, he should be fine.
Huge backs away to the center of the arena. Now knows the threat of his opponent. He's on top of MECHA Rampage. MECHA Rampage might be in trouble.
Is the second stabilizer gone?
It's gone! Well, what a turn of events here. MECHA Rampage smoking, but Huge can't move. Well, now what happens? There's no sort of rule in the cup about translational movement. So Huge, as long as he avoids the game count out, which is just moving out of a certain zone, he's still alive and fighting.
It's crazy too, because at this point, MECHA Rampage, his weapon's going really slow.
But Huge, being a sitting duck, is vulnerable to shots like that, the wheel crumbling. Pieces everywhere. Well, this is gonna be an interesting finish. Huge really up against it. And as you can see with the clock in the corner, we're halfway through the fight, so we've got a long way to go to figure this out. Mecha Rampage getting more damage on Huge's wheels. Huge almost looks like he's trying to use the brakes in his wheels to propel him forward. Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh, and he got a wheel, Huge!
Wow, astounding that he can still actually do damage.
Incredible! And now Mecha Rampage, shaken and stirred a little bit.
Smoking some more, it seems.
He is, actually. Looks like one of the wheel motors on the same side. I'm pretty sure he is really close to being eliminated. He's got to be careful. Huge, despite the damage, is still a threat to him. If only Huge could move a little bit better, he might be able to seal this.
More and more chunks of Huge's wheels are going. I don't know how much longer he can withstand these pieces leaving.
This is incredible. The fact that he is still fighting and still trying. You can see Mecha Rampage is extremely cautious. 10 seconds left. He might be better off just letting this go the distance, because I don't know what's going to happen. Huge has put up quite the fight, and it is going to go the distance. That was strange. Well, we said it earlier with Killer B, you don't want it necessarily going to the judges, but maybe Mecha Rampage is smart here by not going for the knockout.
Yeah, it seems that by making it go the distance, he gave himself a chance. He did do a lot of damage, and he ultimately made it so Huge couldn't move.
Huge definitely put up a good fight. How do you think he's going to do in the scorecards? Because he would have lost control and aggression once the wheels started to go.
For sure, and I don't really see him getting that many damage points. He did take off a wheel and he got him smoking, but we couldn't see how close he was to death.
That's right. At least we're not the judges this year. It'll be interesting for them to dissect this.
Indeed it will.
The results from the judges are in. And the winner by a 35-10 decision is Mecha Rampage!
So the bloodbath in the battle box sees Mecha Rampage rejoice. How many Dark Horse stories do you want this year?
Well, it ended up being a large point win there for Mecha Rampage. I just can't help but wonder, was he one hit away? I think he was one hit away, and Huge came so close. It could have been a different story.
Could have been.
Fine margins.
But with that, we're going into the main event for the night, Surgeon General versus Son of Whyachi. A season full of rematches now presents us with the first ever Cup final.
Thank you, Bracket Gods, for producing this blockbuster match 4 years ago. Surgeon General faced off against Son of Whyachi for the first ever title, and Sao knocked him out in 56 seconds.
Not much has changed in Surgeon General over 4 years since that match, but Sao has gone through plenty of rebuilds.
Yeah, when we look at the comparisons here, Surgeon General pretty much the same. His weapon's a little more powerful with some better teeth, but Sao, of course, was a walker version back in Season 1, then went to a wheeled version, then had his weapon and his drive improved. So, interesting how these two, despite one not having a lot of changes and one having a lot of changes, still looks like a decent matchup.
4 years ago, Surgeon General was mincemeat. Today, he is what?
It's hard to tell, because he's got a big, exposed chassis that Sao could pluck, but I wonder, there's a little bit of debate on whether or not Sao is too low to be hit. I feel like Surgeon General might go right at that weapon, break off some pieces, and this might not be easy, but I still lean towards Sao. Maybe it'll be a contest.
You make some good points. Let's go watch the main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he's gonna hit you so hard it'll feel like a raqueta. Don't send the Colonel, send Surgeon General! In the blue square, his hits hurt Whyachi. If you're gonna win, give it all you gotchi. You'll be left to Rachi by the two-time champ, Son of Whyachi!
Let the rematch for the ages begin. Surgeon General making his way over. Sal bumping into the wall.
Sal needs to make sure he gets away to get speed up, and a nice hit there.
Good start from Sal. Surgeon General trying to close him down. Another good hit from Sal on the side, and I think Surgeon General is a little too high to hit him. This could be over in a few more seconds.
Just one more hit maybe from Sal, and Surgeon General's done.
Got the weapon stalled there for a second, but Sal's finally able to get away and spin it up again for the killer blow! Sal wins! Well, it's kind of a shame Surgeon General wasn't able to put up more of a fight, because I was really looking forward to this on paper.
Yeah, it seemed at one point he was able to stall Sal, but it was just 1 point. He couldn't keep it up that long.
Son of Whyachi wins the rematch. He's through to yet another quarterfinal.
So Son of Whyachi moves on, and that completes our Season 5 quarterfinal field.
Well, we didn't lose all of the champions, former or defending, in that round, but we got one remaining, and we got quite the cast here between Lucky, Bite Force, Tantrum, Wipeout, Killer Bee, Son of Whyachi, Nightmare, and MECHA Rampage. 5 of these bots have never been here before. Only Wipeout, Lucky, and Sal have been this far in a tournament, so we might have a new winner. We're definitely going to have some new semifinalists.
It's exciting to see so many new faces, actually.
It keeps everyone on their toes, because, like, we can't predict anymore.
Yep.
Every time I've looked at the bracket and thought, yeah, that bot could make his way down and he could be the semifinalist from that section, something dumb happens.
Yep.
Every time. Every time.
That's how bot fighting goes.
That's how BattleBots Reborn Cup gets its popularity, hopefully. Hopefully you guys will join us next week. It's quarterfinal night, the penultimate episode. We're going to get one step closer to figuring out who will walk away with this year's title.
I'm the Nick.
I'm Nick.
I'm Nick.
Didn't we already do this?
I don't know.
I'm Nick.
I'm Nick.
I'm the Barangoat.
Goodbye.
I could get my license and ID
Goodbye.
and my birth certificate and show you these things.
Goodbye.
Identity theft, help. It's a serious crime.